afternoon, or well, good evening really, it's nearly 8 p.m. I have just gotten home from my first exam of this session. It is nearly 8 p.m. It is still 32 degrees out, so I am melting slightly. But I think the exam went well. We had some technical issues with the files not working, but we managed to sort it out in the end. So I think, hopefully it went okay. I am pretty confident about the practical stuff because it was a bioinformatics exam, so there was a bigger part of coding and then there was a theory section. There's a couple of questions from the theory that I'm not entirely sure about, but it was a multiple choice for most of it, and so, I just put what I felt was the most correct option. I'm just gonna have a really quiet evening now because I am knackered and tomorrow I start studying for my genetics exam, well, genomics really, which is on the 7th of July, so I've got about a couple of weeks to prepare for that. But before I do that, tonight I'm just gonna have a really quiet one. I want to knit mostly. I thought I would give you a little update on my knitting project and show you what I've been working on for the past few days, because I've not really been filming very much lately. I filmed a very small update over the weekend, which I'm probably gonna edit and post tomorrow morning, but because I was studying, because it's been so hot and it's all been a bit chaotic, I've not really been filming very regularly. So I thought I would show you. I've got 3 main works in progress at the moment, but I'm really working on 2 this week. So the first project that I've been working on is my second mixed rib cami, the first one being the one that I'm currently wearing. I have been loving this so much and wearing it so much. I really like the neck shaping and the way that it fits, that I thought it would be nice to make a second one. And I also really enjoyed the knitting experience, and so I have gotten quite far with it already. I started this, I think, a couple of weeks ago maybe. So I've done the front, the back, I've joined in the round, and now I have finished the waist decreases along the side, which I also did for this one, and I'm just working in the round until it's as long as I need it to be. I think I might make it a tiny bit longer than the one that I'm currently wearing, maybe like a centimetre or 2, just for a bit of variety, but I think it's looking really good so far. I love the colour. This is the Knitting for All in Merino, the colourway Claret. I think it looks stunning. And then the other main project that I've been working on, because I've put my Campanula tee back to the side for probably about a week or so, mostly because that is also a mixed rib pattern, and so because I've been working on this, which I don't have to do any sort of magic loop for, I can just knit in the round and it's very easy, very comfortable. I have been prioritizing that instead, and also I'm pretty sure at this point that I'm going to make my Campanula tee long sleeve because I should have enough yarn, and so that will most likely be more of an autumnal wear, and so I feel like I don't want to prioritize it as much. But I think once I've finished one of these 2 projects, I will get back to working on that. Mainly once I finished the cami, so because having 2 mixed rib projects at the same time kind of hurts my hands. So I've been having that as my rib pattern, and then I've been working on my polo neck tee, which is sort of like a project that I'm freehanding, or, well, I'm copying a t-shirt, like a polo neck t-shirt that I own, that is not a knit pattern, but that one is all stockinette, and it's on 3mm needles as well, but I find that quite comfortable to knit on, and so this is where I'm at with it so far. I'm assuming you can't tell anything because it's just all black, but I have finished the front and the back, and I've joined in the round underneath the arms. I'm like, I think 2/3 of the way through the waist decreases, and then I'm gonna increase back out again to have that fitted sort of shape. But in the meantime, I've picked up and I've done the collar with the button bands. I still need to find buttons for it though, and the collar is all double knitted, so it's really nice and lovely, and I'm really happy with how that turned out, and I did that on 2.5mm needles. And then yesterday I knit the first sleeve, so we officially have a sleeve, and I did a folded hem. I am gonna do the second probably tomorrow. That really didn't take very long, but I'm not feeling like doing short rows tonight. I just feel like working in the round, so I'm gonna work on the cami tonight. I'm not too far off finishing that, and I really want to get that done this week, so I can start wearing it because I'm really excited about it, and I love wearing this sort of tee, or this sort of cami really. So that's really mainly what I have been working on. I was considering going to the yarn shop today to pick up some more yarn for a different project, but the yarn shop is closed because it's the saint of the city's feast. I don't know how to explain that, like the patron saint of the city day, and so they're doing like concerts in town and all of that, and the shops are closed. So I might go later on in the week. I really want to pick up yarn to make a Daphne dress by Friday Knits. I'm gonna make a black version, of course, and I think that would be a really cute dress to wear like in the evenings in the summer and potentially in the autumn as well. So I'm really excited to work on that. I'm also very much waiting for Flaminia from the Knitting Flam to release her Peonia dress. She has been posting videos on her Instagram of the long version, like her wearing it and walking around with it, and I just love the way that the skirt flows, and so I really want to knit that too, and I'm thinking that might actually be a good holiday knit. So we'll see. I also have more yarn to make more camisoles and a t-shirt and stuff, but I don't have a very big yarn stash. Like I only have yarn for 3 projects. And because I'm not necessarily going to be in Turin all of the time now that I start my apprenticeship, because my apprenticeship is not going to be here, I am not going to have as easy an access to my local yarn shop, and so I kind of want to stock up on yarn a little bit so that I'm okay for like when I'm at home and when I'm away for the holidays as well and all of that. Anyways, I think that's enough rambling for the beginning of the video. I will give you a bit of an update later on in the week, but for now I am starving. So I'll go and make myself dinner and have a really quiet evening. Good morning, I hope that you're doing well. It's now Sunday morning. I have had a really busy just studying sort of week, which, like, what can you expect from exam session? So I don't think I've really managed to film much, but I am happy to report that my exam from Tuesday went really well. We got marks quite quickly, so I think we got marks back on Wednesday, and it went really well. I'm really pleased with it. And so then on Thursday I was going to go out to meet a friend because she also had an exam, and she had a couple of errands to run, and so I was gonna go and spend some time with her. And while I was at it, I thought I will stop by the yarn store and pick up some yarn for myself as well, as like a treat for doing well on my exam, but also just because I was going to do that anyways. It's just, you know, it's nice to reward yourself like that sometimes. So I bought yarn for the Daphne dress, as I think I mentioned earlier in the week, and I ended up getting what I had planned on getting, but I was chatting to the lady at the store, and we kind of came to the same conclusion that, like, she was going to recommend me the same yarn that I'd already thought about using. So I ended up getting the Lanagatto Merino Cot, which is the same yarn that I used to make my self-drafted ruffle cami, just in a different colour. I went for black, and I got, I think, 9 of these because the dress has mohair sleeves. So I ended up getting 2 balls of the Sazia Vivienne mohair, which is the mohair that they have in stock there. But I'm really, first of all, I'm really curious to try it because I've never tried mohair before, and this feels really soft. But also I'm really happy because this is a cruelty-free mohair, which I know a lot of mohairs are not. And so, because it's like a silk mohair, so the silk is not cruelty-free in most cases. So I'm happy to try this out, and it just feels like a little cloud. So I don't think it'll be too long until I try this, because I actually ended up casting on the body pretty much immediately when I got home, and I have now finished it. So I've kind of done all of the I-cord finishings to it as well, and then now the next step, you could either start the skirt or you can do the straps, and then so you do I-cord for the straps, and then from there you pick up and knit the mohair sleeves. And so I'm going to do that first, which the pattern does say, like, if you want you can do that first, so that you don't then have to do the sleeves with so much fabric around the dress already with the skirt. So I think that is going to be my plan. But my thinking behind the yarn was that because the sleeves are going to be mohair anyways, I don't think this is going to be like a super summery dress. And I have like summery dresses anyways that are like linen or like, I don't know, just, I don't know fabrics, but like linen and cotton, that are just really lightweight and they're not knit. And I don't need more of those. So my plan for this was to make it a bit more autumnal, because I can't really wear those when the weather starts cooling down because they don't work with like tights or anything. So I wanted to go for something that wasn't quite warm like wool, but also I felt like it didn't really make sense for me to make this in cotton, and so I ended up going for a cotton merino blend. I think this is not too warm to wear in the summer. I have been wearing my camisole and it's been okay. Like, I wouldn't wear it on like a 36-degree day like today, probably, mostly because it's like, I say this as I'm wearing a completely merino camisole, but this is like a DK weight, and so I find it much warmer than like this light fingering weight merino. But at the same time, if it's like, I don't know, 28 degrees, that camisole has been perfectly fine. So I think I could probably get around to like wear this dress in like evenings in July and August, when the evenings kind of cool down a little bit, if we get the luxury of that happening, because that has not been happening at the moment, but like when I'm at the seaside and stuff. And I'm really hoping to be able to finish this in time to wear it to Paris, which, you know, fingers crossed. So I went for a cotton merino blend and then the mohair for the sleeves. So I'm really happy with how that, you know, has turned out so far. I think the fabric is really lovely, and the dress has some slip stitch details that kind of make it look like, is it called princess seams? I'm not sure, but it has a really nice sweetheart neckline, and I think it's going to be gorgeous. So that is my progress with it so far. But I have also made progress on my other pieces that I was working on this week, like I said I would. and I did that before casting this on for the most part, so happy I stuck to my plans. So I did end up finishing my mixed rope cami. I have yet to block this because I wanted to show you to you before blocking it. I so my plan was to make it a tiny bit longer than my other mixed rope cami. I don't know if I've achieved that because I've ended up using, I think, less yarn than I did for my other one, but when I kind of compared it to the other one, it seemed longer, so we'll see what happens with blocking, and then if it's a bit too short, I can undo the bind off at the bottom and add a bit more length because I've got plenty of yarn left. But I'm really happy that this is done. I also feel like I've been knitting I-cord for the past like 4 days straight because this has I-cord finishings, and then the body, like the bodice for this dress, also has I-cord finishings like all along the top and the bottom, and now I'm gonna have to do I-cord straps. So I'm a bit over that. And then in regards to my polo neck t-shirt, I did end up doing the first sleeve. So the first sleeve is done. I'll probably put a close up because I don't know how well you can see it because it's black, but I did finish the first sleeve and I think it turned out really lovely. I am really happy with how the folded stockinette hem turned out. I did a purl row to encourage it to fold, and then I sewed it down on the inside, and I think it looks really neat. And I've started the second one, so I have basically done like the sleeve part. I just need to do the hem part. So really happy with my progress so far. My plan for today is to finish the sleeve and then probably continue with the dress a little bit. I'd like to get started on the sleeves potentially, or at least like do the straps so then I can start the sleeves next week. I think that might be my plan. But I am gonna go back to studying for a little while now, and then I don't know if I might continue this video a little bit into next week because I don't feel like there's I feel like there's not a lot to see just yet. But also I start my apprenticeship tomorrow, so we'll see. I don't know, I'll keep you updated. It's Thursday. No, it's Wednesday. I'm home from my apprenticeship. I started it on Monday, and I went back on Tuesday, but I've got a free day today, and then I work tomorrow again. Also, sorry for the noise, I'm in the garden. I hope it's somewhat okay, otherwise I'll edit this out. But I'm having a good time. I'm doing my apprenticeship in a microbiology lab, so it's not too dissimilar from what I've seen before in a plant pathology lab, but also quite different. Like, it's not entirely different. There are like common techniques and I can apply the knowledge that I already have, but I'm also learning a lot, so that's cool. But today is a studying day. I've got a genomics exam on Monday, so today and then Friday through Sunday will be heavy studying days. I'm not really in the mood, just because like it's been so hot and it's been so nice, and I just want to be at the seaside, not stuck here studying, but it's okay. At least the subject is quite interesting. But that'll be, I think, my last exam for this exam session. I plan on taking one more towards the end of July, but I don't think that's actually going to happen because I really don't have much time for it. I would have to prepare it in like a week's time, which is realistically not enough, and it would kind of mean sacrificing both like really the enjoyment of my apprenticeship and the enjoyment of preparing for an exam that is like for a course that I really truly enjoyed. And so I've decided that what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna start studying for it in the days that I've got off my apprenticeship, and then kind of after that as well until I go on holiday in August, and then I will actually take the exam in September alongside another one that I'd already planned on taking in September. So that's kind of the plan at the moment, but I was sick and tired of being stuck in the studio, so I came downstairs to just enjoy the weather for a little bit. It's gone a bit cloudy and it's not like 35 degrees today, so it's nice to actually be outside. So I've been revising a bit. I'm going to be knitting a bit. The cat is currently being very cute and like rolling around on her back, so I'm going to go cuddle her for a bit, and then I'll get back to studying. But I thought I would say hi and give you a little update on how things have been going. I'll be going back to Turin tomorrow evening, and then I've got to run to the post office on Friday because I have some sticker orders to ship, and then I've got a nail appointment on Saturday, so at least like it'll be a revision weekend, but it won't be a completely stuck at home revision weekend, which is probably good. But I really do need to get on with this revision because I don't feel very prepared for this exam, and I know that people that have taken it before have said that it's like very tight with time. Like, the issue is not that the questions are particularly difficult, the issue is that there's not enough time to answer everything properly. So I want to be as prepared as possible so I can like answer immediately and I don't have to waste time to think, but we'll see how that goes.